Welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I'm your host, Nicholas Blaylock.
And I'm your host, Adam Pell. Today, guys, we have to update you guys and honestly ourselves because we were at work today and a lot of things happened. We made some minute monologues. We saw a lot of big signings, and there's a lot to digest. You can't just digest it in 1 minute monologue for 2 minutes. You can't really do that. We have to go live. Plus, maybe some news breaks out while we're live. And
I
we're
would
here.
love that. I would love that.
Honestly, I want that to happen.
And based on the way things are going, guys, like something will break out
Something's
here.
going
Like
to happen.
this is nuttier than the trade deadline.
This is way nuttier.
This is actually crazier than I think I've ever seen any sports ever. You know,
yes,
like
I would agree.
Yeah,
this is the craziest thing ever in sports.
Yes. I've never seen a 48 hours that is more frantic than this. With Jeff Passan, like, he's popping off, by the way. You know what? Honestly, like, I don't love Jeff Passan, but respect, big guy, for all the stuff that you've been doing this weekend.
He's a good reporter.
You were doing some excellent work right now, big guy. But all the stuff that's going on right now, Scherzer getting signed to a monstrous contract. Seager getting signed. The Texas Rangers committing $500 million to two people who do the exact same goddamn thing. Robbie Ray leaving the Toronto Blue Jays ever so sadly. Kirby Yates, a Blue Jay who we weren't even sure was going to get signed, signing elsewhere. So much stuff, dude. Where do you even want to begin?
Well, let's start with what happened first. So what happened first? Robbie Ray? Or was it Max Scherzer? I think it was Max Scherzer.
It were around the same time. So yeah, honestly, I want to talk about Max Scherzer anyway. So yeah, buddy.
So I know you weren't too upset. You were pretty upset about Max Scherzer being signed.
I was upset that Max Scherzer got signed just because we never even really got an opportunity to even like talk about him or break him down, you know?
It just happened so fast.
And it happened so fast. I can't even remember. But Max Scherzer, obviously, $130 million going to the New York Mets for 3 years, blowing away the average annual value of Garrett Cole, now at $43 million. That's a lot of AV, bro. That's a lot of AV.
I mean, congratulations, Matz. You got a guy. And you got a guy who's going to be right. I don't know, who would you go? Who would you have opening day? Would you have Mad Max or Jacob deGrom? It'd have to be Jacob deGrom, of course, right?
You know what?
He's the guy. He's the hometown guy. Well, not hometown, but he's been there for a while.
You know what? Actually, that's a great question. Chat, who would you have opening day? Jacob deGrom or Max Scherzer? Honestly, it depends on health. For me,
they're both healthy.
But they're both 100% healthy. Then I guess, Jacob deGrom probably. But it's honestly like that's got to do more with like the hometown thing than anything else. You know, it's like talent-wise, like basically, I look at Max Scherzer as just an older Jacob deGrom who's done it for like few more years than deGrom. You know what I mean? Like they're basically the same fucking guy.
Yeah. I would definitely, for me, go deGrom, then Scherzer, and then after that, that's where the question marks start to creep in for the New York Mets, because who else they have after that?
Oh, well, they still got Walker. They still got Cookie Carrasco. They still have other guys. But I mean, they have dudes who are like good after that, but they're not like great. It just, I don't think it doesn't matter when you have arguably the two best pitchers in baseball on your team, like literally holding down the fort, dude. Like, screw Marcus Stroman. Like, who needs that guy, right? We just like traded that off for freaking Max Scherzer.
Could you imagine if you did get back Marcus Stroman?
Well, honestly,
could you imagine,
dude,
though?
I would. Yeah, no, I mean, I was about to say like, there's no way they would do that, but in the last like 24 hours,
dude, anything could happen.
Dude, in the last 24 hours, the New York Mets have lost their fucking minds, man.
Let's talk about the deal then. The $130 million then, because is that what you're referring to? I'm
referring to that. I'm referring to Mark Canha. I'm referring to Eduardo Escobar.
Like over the weekend.
I'm referring to Starling Marte.
Like, they're ready to go. They're ready to go. And they were in on Gausman. They're in on everybody. They're in on basically everybody's. But do you think it's a good deal? Let's talk about the deal. Do you think it's a good deal? 3 years, $130 million?
Yeah, man. I think that's exactly what Max Scherzer deserves. And, I mean, if there's any guy that I'm going to trust with a, like, massive amount of money, such as $43 million per year, it would be a dude like Max Scherzer. I understand that he's 37, but, again, age only comes into question for me when we've seen some sort of aging regression. There was absolutely none of that whatsoever, and therefore, it's like I can't possibly say you're regressing. It's like the Tom Brady argument, right?
Yeah, I mean,
every year people are like, you're not going to be Tom Brady, and every year Tom Brady's like, no, I'm going to be Tom Brady.
And now you've learned to never question Tom Brady. Never question Tom Brady. Never question Mad Max, who basically near the end there was up there for Cy Young. Near the end, he had that stretch of scoreless.
I think he finished twice, dude.
Or second?
Second, yeah. Excuse me, second. I do believe he finished second right behind Corbin Burns. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but yeah, I mean, the Mets are looking like they are like locked, they're loaded, they're ready to freaking go, dude. So,
love it.
Honestly, okay, various question to you and the chat. Are these is this the new evil empire, bro? Has the
new evil empire?
Yeah, has the crown shifted? Because we always look at the Yankees and we're like, this is the evil empire. They go out, they spend, they get anything they want.
Not yet. This is like their second year of spending. You know what I mean? Whereas like the Yankees have had decades,
right,
and decades and decades and decades of spending. So no.
Okay. But you know what? They are like, this is like Anakin Skywalker. Like if the Yankees are the emperor right now, then the Mets, they're trying to become Darth Vader now, bro.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have any, like, chips. Like, I mean, maybe in the past, obviously. But, like, recently, they don't have any chips. They don't have the track record like New York Yankees with 27.
Yeah.
27.
That's obviously
that's
a crap
like, you own the MLB. But not recently, though.
Speaking of the Yankees, though, this is nuts to me, guys. Radio silence. From the New York Yankees.
From the New York Yankees? Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I'm fine with it.
Honestly, like, here's my thing. I always felt like the New York Yankees, like, they had some, like, internal problems. Like, because I watched John Boy, and John Boy and Jake always have something to say that something's not right. Obviously, there's Boone, there's a whole situation. But then the front office not actually going out and making the proper moves. That was the whole thing, too. Yeah. And they really haven't yet. They haven't yet, and we were seeing it. And I think that's going to happen soon. I do think they're probably going to make something before the trade deadline's over. Free agency deadline's over, because they have to. Everyone's going off the board. I mean, we're not going to make any more big splashes. So there's there's lots of guys left to make big splashes with.
Yeah.
Hello? Trevor Story.
Yeah, well, and it's going to have to be something like that. Keisha coming in here in all capitals saying, Yankees, what are you doing? And I was shocked when we got the Corey Seager news, because that was supposed to be their guy.
Yes, it was.
That was all off, like all the what was the offseason, which has been like hardly anything. But up until this point, it was almost a lock that Corey Seager was going to be the Yankees' target. And then it was kind of like in the last 10 days or so that they just like dipped out.
See, I think Trevor Story makes a little bit more sense in my mind.
Why so?
Because he's going to be like $10 million cheaper. Because, they're right next to luxury tax. They are under it this year. We talked about this in a lot of podcasts. But you still don't want to go and like spend $30 million and then Judge is up for a contract soon, spend another $30 million. Like, you know what I mean? Like, now you're in trouble. Now you're really handcuffing yourself. So I guess if you could save $10 million somewhere and get another elite shortstop, get Trevor Story.
And I mean, Baez still up there right now. And also, too, amidst all of these crazy rumors, we haven't heard anything from Carlos Correa. He was the big name going for a long time. It was like him and the Detroit Tigers. They were flirting for a little bit. And then that's also been radio silence, too. Could just be lost in all of the craziness that's going on with other teams right now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if the Yankees lose their minds a little bit, see what the Mets, their brother, their sister is doing over there, and goes, okay, well, you're going to go get Max Scherzer. How about we go get a Carlos Correa?
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, so I'm scrolling through Twitter right now, and I'm just like kind of seeing things, because obviously this is an update video, going live with you guys, seeing if anything breaks on our live here.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the tweet by Steven Matz?
Oh, it was beautiful, man.
Yes,
it was beautiful.
I gotta read it.
Ups to Steven Matz. Please read this out for everybody. Also, before you do, go Pack, go Electro Gaming.
Also, hey everybody, what's up? We're seeing all your comments. Patrick Guerra, everybody.
Yes. We're going to definitely be getting into the Q&A in a little bit, folks. We do want to do a little bit of a news blast.
Because we got to.
Hit us with the Steven Matz beautifulness.
But I do want to hit this. So Steven Matz, he says on Twitter, extending heartfelt thanks to the Toronto Blue Jays. Specifically, I'd like to thank Charlie, Pete Pete Walker, and all my teammates for an awesome season in 21. I have no doubt that where I am today, in part because of all the work we put in together last year, and I'll always be grateful. So thank you, Steven Matz, for that great word. Thank you.
Thank you. And you know what? That makes me feel really good.
Yeah, we turned this guy's career around. Pete,
yes.
And you and I.
Yes, exactly. We
Me,
did
you,
it.
and Pete.
We did it, guys. We did it. We helped a young guy out.
We did it.
But that's awesome, dude. He came to Toronto, and even though he didn't stay in Toronto, he decided to go to the St. Louis Cardinals. He enjoyed his time here. We gave him a good time. He recognized how awesome this city was. He recognized how awesome the coaching is, how awesome the players are. And I love that too, because, you know, you always want to know that your coaching is like nice. I hate it when...
Oh my gosh, yeah.
You know, it's like you hate it when you hear like rumors about how it's like the management, it's like internally problematic.
Yeah.
You know, like players secretly hate Tony La Russa and like all this other shit, right? And that's typically how teams don't do well, is because you have that internal rot.
You don't want to play for those guys.
No,
like,
you don't want to play for them. But at the end of the day, that was not the case with Steven Matz. It just so happened that the St. Louis Cardinals wanted him a little bit more than we did, and all the respect to him, and he offers all the respect back, and fuck yeah.
And as much as shit that we give Charlie Montoya, I mean, clearly the players like him. So what can we say? We sit at some chairs in front of a microphone and camera and bitch. But the people on the field are getting it done.
Yes.
So that's it.
And frankly, at the end of the day, like, is that not one of the most important things for your players to like you? You know, if your players like and respect you, then I mean, that's like that is like, they're gonna play their best ball, right? You're getting the most out of them. So I love that from Steven Matz, dude. I love that a lot from Steven Matz.
So before I went to Steven Matz talking, we were talking about Corey Seager a little bit. So let's actually talk about Corey Seager's deal.
Yes, I do want to talk about the
Rangers.
Corey Seager deal. I tossed out a little minute monologue, and basically, like, I'm actually surprised that I got through it because I rushed home and I was in a sweat, dude. I was like, what is going on with the MLB? Like, I don't even understand. And like words were just like, I was like, I don't get it. I'm not sure what's happening right now. And
that's so opposite of mine, where I'm like trying to be quiet at work.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Robbie's gone.
Yeah. Well, it's like, but that's like, I was just like, I have no idea what's happening right now. And now I've sat on it a little bit, and I still have no idea what the hell is happening right now with these Texas Rangers. That's $500 million.
I know.
That they're giving to two guys that do the same thing.
For at least 7 years, and then 10 for Corey Seager.
That do the same thing. So explain it to me.
So Marcus Semion's got to play second base.
He has to, man. He has
to. I mean, who played? Did Corey Seager play second base?
Actually, I think Corey moved to second when Trey came.
Yeah, I think so.
Or was that the case?
I think.
Correct us in the chat,
please,
guys.
someone correct. Someone
when
who actually
Trey
watched
Turner
the Dodgers
came over
more
to
than
the
us.
Dodgers, who played second? Was it Trey or was it Corey Seager? But
but here's the thing, like, they have money to spend. They've been losing, and I get it. You've been losing for so long, Rangers. You've been losing for years now, especially when the Toronto Blue Jays, that was kind of like your last glimmer of winning, when the Toronto Blue Jays beat you in back-to-back ALDSs. So since then, you've been scarred, and I understand it. It's hard to get over it, but now you're like, you know what? We're just going to buy our way out of this misery, and we're going to try and compete. Do you think it's good? Think it's good enough? And John Gray. And John Gray.
No, I don't think it's good enough. And I think my biggest problem with all of this is, why the hell did you get Marcus Semien? Why the hell did you pay Marcus Semien that amount of money? Why did you get him? I love Corey Seager going there for you.
Yeah.
I love Corey Seager going there for you. You have a stud guy who's young, 27 years old, for 10 years of his life. That's your rock. That's your anchor. You can build a team around that. By the time he's 30, 31, when he's still good, you should be having prospects come up. You should be having other guys. Why in the holiest of hell did you get Marcus Semien?
Maybe they're just like, you know what? We're just going to like screw off with shortstop and second baseman. We're not going to draft any. We're just going to be pure outfield, third base, first base, pitching. We're screwing it. I mean, hey, how could you argue? Their middle infield's probably the best in baseball now. Name a better combo up the middle. I can't.
I can't. But that doesn't mean that that's the right thing to do.
Right. But okay, so what's the right thing to do that you think they do?
Just Corey Seager. Just Corey Seager. That's all you needed. You get your rock, you get your guy to build around, and everyone's happy. You still get John Gray. Why do you go out and you get Marcus Semien and overpay Marcus Semien like you did? Dylan, when was buying your way out of misery ever worked for teams? LOL. Dude, when has that ever worked for life? I tried it last weekend. I blew 100 at the casino. I didn't feel happy.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. They're not trying to win. I don't think they're actually trying to win. Because if they were trying to win, this is the stupidest way to do it. I think they're literally just trying to get excitement back. They're trying to fill seats because after when they had that first opening day and they had 100% of capacity in their stadium, their attendance levels sucked. It was one of the worst for Texas, a baseball state, a football state, a sports state. It sucked. They're trying to get anything back. They're trying to get people back into the stadium. And if I'm looking at their salary and payrolls right now, I'm looking it up, and let's see here. They have literally nobody. It's literally just Marcus Semien and Corey Seager. That's it.
Well, you know what? I guess that in that argument, that makes sense. I do understand that. It still feels like you've now limited yourself with the Semien contract. I feel like Semien, I don't know. I feel like
I don't like the Semien contract anyways, but like they're desperate.
It feels crazy. It feels crazy. Maybe we're wrong though. Maybe this 60-win team turns into a 90-win team. We flip that six upside down. You know, it's like I don't know.
Their pitching is so awful. Well, even the thing is, they grabbed John Gray, who like for us would be like, oh, maybe he can find a fifth spot.
Right.
You know, maybe for them it's like that's your ace now.
Yeah. I mean, again, guys, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I kind of lost it when I saw that. Last big signing of today, and there, there's big signings. There were other ones too I want to get to, but your boy, it was the ray gun, the ray gun. Mm-hmm. I was upset. Mm-hmm. I understood that it was happening. I knew that it was coming. You knew it was coming. I know that other people they were kind of holding out hope that we were going to get Gausman and Ray. It was never going to happen, guys.
Yeah, once Gausman signed, that was it.
No.
They're the same person. Like you can't get two of the same people.
Unless
you're the Texas Rangers.
You're the Texas Rangers, and then we'd lose their minds at them. But Ray obviously signing a $115 million deal, going over to the Seattle Mariners. He gets an opt-out after 3 years, which I think makes a lot of sense for Robbie Ray. He's kind of trusting in himself. Hey, if I'm really good, maybe I can get another second payday. And if I'm not that good, well, it's fine.
Is it a player opt-out or a team?
I understand it to be right now a Robbie Ray opt-out.
Okay, yeah. So like even if he is bad, it's like, well, I'm still good.
Yes.
I'm still getting paid.
I'm still getting paid, exactly. Yeah, because think about that. If that was a team, then I'd be like, well, we definitely should have got Robbie Ray. Because that contract is like way better if you think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
If that's a team. But no, that is a Robbie Ray thing. He got that. So it's like respect to him. What are your thoughts on Robbie Ray going to Seattle?
Yeah, so I made a mini monologue on this earlier, and like these are kind of my initial reactions. At first, it was very similar, the two deals. And if you look at the two deals, they're very, very similar. Obviously, Gausman's $5 million cheaper. When I posted a mini monologue, I asked all you guys, so what do you guys think about this? Mm-hmm. It's very close. Let me know your thoughts. And a lot of people have the common thing, and I tend to agree with this, is there must be something behind the closed doors with the Blue Jays front office that we don't see.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they're going after Gausman so heavily, even for the last 2 years, and not Robbie Ray. Mm-hmm. And Robbie Ray, quite frankly, maybe just wanted to get out of Toronto. Who knows?
Yeah.
But there must be something there. Gausman, big Roy Halladay fan, maybe has a little bit of love for Toronto, took a bit of pay cut, wanted to live his childhood dreams here as Roy Halladay. So, yeah, for me, I think it makes sense. If that's what it is, I trust Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins. I trust their decision making. If that's the right move, we'll see in 2022.
Okay, well, Kevin Gausman with his 5-year, $110 million contract. Robbie Ray, 5-year, $115 million contract. Very similar player. Robbie Ray with a slightly better year, winning Cy Young. Does have the player opt out after 3 years. Would you rather the Robbie Ray or the Kevin Gausman?
That's the thing. That's what I was asking in the minute monologue. Is like what I want, because like on paper, if you're looking at just straight up contracts, obviously I like the Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray, I get a 3rd-year opt-out option. It's only $5 million more, and this guy just won Cy Young. But there's something we don't see. And that's something that, like, I could sit here and analyze numbers and analyze money and make my guess. But there's something human. There's a human element that I don't see. Then that's the reason why they went that way. And we just got to see. So if I were just to pick it on paper, yeah, I'd pick Robbie Ray because Cy Young Award winner, only $5 more million than this guy who finished 5th Cy Young. They had similar ERAs, and Robbie Ray won the, I don't know.
Do you think that the draft pick, that too. Oh my God, this word is so this word is the hardest word of the English language.
It's the pen part that
yes.
It's compensatory.
Do you think the draft pick comes into play here? The fact that
a little bit.
Not only do we not have to pay one for Kevin Gausman, but we also gain another one because Robbie Ray went to another spot, and now we have 2 additional draft picks at that end of the first round because Semien and because Robbie Ray are with other teams.
I think so. Yeah, absolutely. I think it played a bit of a factor in there. I mean, you can't ever bank on a prospect to come out being like an MLB player, but obviously those compensatory picks are highly likely. They're second rounders basically. So I think it does play a factor. Yeah, it's a little added sprinkle bonus. It's like you're talking about that 3rd-year option. It's like here's a draft pick.
Yeah,
boom.
I agree. I think that's an additional throw on, and the management they gotta love stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Because now you have a dart throw. It's like Gausman plus a dart throw for another Gausman.
Yeah, and hey, look, we were again. I love franchise mode. I love MLB The Show franchise mode. I love that stuff. Love getting prospects.
Yeah.
So when we get 2 additional, basically second rounds. That's amazing because what did we give up last year? We gave up one of our first-round overall draft picks, and then we gave up, I guess you could argue, another first-round draft pick because we got Samuel Woods-Richardson for Marcus Stroman, who was a first-rounder.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess in a way it kind of fuels back into the farm system a little bit.
Agreed. I do want to give a big shout-out here to Dylan Prue, who runs our Twitter. Shout-out, Dylan. Love to see you in the chat, big guy. And I also want to answer a question coming in here from Draco, which I really like. He says, question, do you think Rodon goes to the Jays on like a 2-year, $32 million deal? Do you want him? Those are 2 very different
questions. Yes.
For me, do I want him? Absolutely, I want him. I love me some Carlos Rodon. I think he's one of the most underrated players right now, and the fact that we have radio silence on him, I think it's ridiculous. Carlos Rodon has the upside to becoming an ace on whatever team he signs on, and especially if it's on somewhat of a team-friendly deal, because his name isn't getting thrown around there like Kevin Gausman, like Robbie Ray, like these other guys. They could get him on some sort of cheaper deal, and he could turn out to be one of those guys that in 2 or 3 years we're like, how on earth does Carlos Rodon only get paid $18 million a year? He deserves to get paid way, way more than that. 2 years, $32 million. Do I think that's going to happen? Absolutely not. Carlos Rodon, even though he might get a slightly team-friendlier deal, he's not an idiot, guys. He had an amazing season last year, even though he didn't make it the whole way through. And his agent, Scott Boras, has come out and said that Carlos Rodon is not looking for the 1 or 2 year deal. He does want to get a 4 or 5 year contract, kind of like Robbie Ray and Kevin Gausman. Maybe not for that amount of money, but still something in that length.
Yeah. You basically took everything that I was going to say out of my mouth. I do have something on Twitter here. This was an hour ago. Alex Cobb and San Francisco Giants are finalizing a deal.
Yeah. I did see that. And they were they were flirting back and forth heavily last year, or I'm sorry, last week.
Right. Yeah.
So this was kind of coming.
Yeah.
But it's good to see that they are officially doing that. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts on Carlos Rodon, though. Do you think it's going to happen? What team do you think Rodon's going to end up at, man?
That's tough.
I think I have somebody in mind.
I mean, possibly the Giants. Possibly the Giants. I mean, that's a possibility. Who do you have in mind? I'm not really.
Red Sox.
Okay.
I think the Red Sox want him.
Okay, yeah. Red Sox can go to the just change socks.
Yeah,
get some red ones on.
Yeah,
it's not that hard.
No, and that's the thing, right? It's he's got the white ones. All you got to do is throw it in the laundry with a red dye or something, and you're laughing. You're all set. You got your uniform. I also think too, it's we were doing a podcast breaking down Kevin Gausman. We were talking about all the potential teams, and I was saying I think the one that makes the most sense, other than the Blue Jays, is the Boston Red Sox. They have Nathan Eovaldi coming off the books. you pick up a guy like Carlos Rodon, you just refresh the clock, baby, and it's like all that money that you were spending on Evaldi, now it's on Rodon, and you're laughing.
Yeah, they're silent too, though. Boston Red Sox. They're not doing it, and I am loving it because the only teams we are the AL East team that's made the biggest moves. The Tampa Bay Ray has signed Corey Kluber, and then they're making all these like tiny trades, all these little small trades. Haven't seen anything from New York Yankees or the Boston Red Sox, so
which is shocking, guys. Actually shocking.
Unless we missed something, unless it was like 2 weeks ago, like some minor thing happened. Cause I forgot all about that because like this is just crowding my mind. That's all I'm thinking about.
George, I'm a Red Sox fan. He says, curious to know, Carlos Rodon. Is he a guy that you want? Is he a guy that you're looking at?
He's also saying, I'm just saying, Ray greater than Gausman.
And I agree. I do agree.
Yeah, like if you look at the 2021, I'd go Robbie Ray. They're very similar guys. I was listening to a little bit of Ball Cap Sports, so shout out Jimmy.
Shout out Jim.
And he was saying, and we've been saying too, he's got one of the nastiest splitters in the league.
He does.
Robbie Ray has one of the nastiest sliders in the league. And they both have great command of their fastball. They're the same dude, basically.
Okay, let's put some money down right now. I guess we can't put some money down because we're on the same side. But who's going to have a better year?
Well, I got to bet on Gausman.
Right, that's the thing, right?
I can't be like Robbie Ray is going to be better. Honestly, I'm going to say Gausman because Pete Walker. Because Pete Walker.
Yes.
Because Pete Walker. That's literally it, dude. Pete Walker is a freaking magician.
Yes.
Did you hear Steven Matz? Did you hear me read that tweet I said earlier? It was beautiful.
Literally. And look what happened to Steven Matz. A guy that the Mets fans were all telling us, dude is unfixable. He's like special and not in the good way. Like it's like Steven Matz is like not going to do good baseball, and Pete Walker and Toronto made him do good baseball, man. So I'm so happy with
Matt Needham in here saying, Nick, I'm in so much pain. Like, why the heck are the Rangers making moves? Yeah, they took one of your dudes. They took Corey Seager from you. So that was your guy, man. But again, hey, Matt Needham, I think that you should be getting Trevor Story. I think you should be getting Trevor Story. Jay talking TV, the Rangers, what? Keisha, the only things the Yankees have done is DFA Frazier and Tyler Wade. So you lost, guys.
Yeah.
You lost, guys. All right, what else we have right now that we know?
You want to talk about Kirby Yates?
Yeah, I was going to say Kirby Yates to the Braves.
Kirby Yates to the Braves. I was a little bit shocked that this one, folks.
I was too.
You know what? I did know that he was going to get signed, but the amount of money that he got signed for was kind of a lot considering he didn't really play at all. Well, I know that he didn't play at all in 2021. He got signed, and I have it right here, man. He got signed an option valued at 5.75, or at least that's
the club option of 2024.
Right. So in $1 million in 2022, then a $6 million salary in 2023. So that's basically like $7 million right there that Kirby Yates got signed for 2 years, and then the club has an option at $5.75 million to get him for a third year, which if they did want him would probably make sense at that point. But still, $7 million for a guy that is coming off of Tommy John, who has like not played at all. So
and we paid him $8 million. So basically, what you told me earlier is that they're basically banking on him to get healthy in 2023 and then play.
Yes.
But that's the thing. It's like that's like 2-3 years removed from your like elite closer days. Like, I mean, I guess they're taking the risk. Granted, I didn't think he was going to get paid even $6 million. I thought maybe like 3 was like the max, and like the Tigers would buy him or something. But I mean, it's interesting. It's creative.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
You know what? And frankly, dude, it's like I can't even crap on the Braves at all because they just won the World Series, guys.
Alex
Anthopoulos. They are literally like they are free from all crap. So it's like any decisions that they make for the next like 6 months, we just need to accept and just go like, you guys won. When it all comes crashing down, I'll be there, but like you guys won, so congrats.
Yeah, and for me, like you can always say the same thing about the Toronto Blue Jays. That's why I'm not questioning Mark Shapiro because because every year we keep getting better. Okay, and like last year was such a jump.
Yeah,
last year was such a jump. Like I can't like So I can't question it. You can't question AA. You can't question Mark and
buddy. No, literally. Also, 199 people in here right now. Welcome in, folks. Please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. So much baseball's going on right now. We want to cover it with you guys. We appreciate everyone stopping in here.
Yeah, we want to take some questions here?
Sure. I mean, Dylan's got a good one. How do you guys think we should fill the spot Simeon leaves? Referring to the Toronto Blue Jays.
I think that's going to be sorry, you finish.
Basically, the second base and the shortstop kind of area, third base spot, mostly second base, that Simeon is leaving behind.
And I think it's going to be a great podcast to do when there's literally nothing to talk about in the next few weeks. But I think it's a good time to talk about it now. Questions here. And ideas that come to my mind is trade, Chris Taylor for agency, or internal stuff. Because, again, we don't have to go out and get someone. We do have Biggio and we have Jordan Groshans. Those are guys internally that could just fill the spot for now, right?
So I was doing a little bit of research today, guys, and I want answers from you guys in the chat. This was a projected trade from somebody who was looking at a Ketel Marte thing, basically talking about what he thinks would get the deal done for Ketel Marte. Now, Ketel Marte, amazing player. He's got 3 years left, I believe. 2 or 3 years?
3.
3 years left of cheap. He's so good. He's got like a 900 OPS over the last 3 years. He's a stud. And he does basically every position. Biggio, gone. God. Kirk, gone. Gunnar Hoagland, our first round draft pick from this last year, gone. And then who was the other one? I think it was, it was like a top tier, like, was it Groshans?
No.
It was like one of those. I forget which one it was, but it was like one of those level, like a top sort of 4 prospect for the Toronto Blue Jays. Wow. And I want to know from you guys. He was basically saying he thinks that's the type of deal that would get this done for Ketel Marte.
Yeah, that would get it done. That would get it done.
Would you guys do it? Do you think that that's fair? Would you want it, man? What do you think?
My initial reaction is like, no. Like, that's like you're literally giving them our starting catcher, he would be, the starting second baseman replacement, but we're giving them a starting second baseman, a starting catcher, one soon to be a starting like third, second shortstop in Jordan Groshans, and then in a couple years soon to be a starting pitcher.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's like hopefully. Like that's a lot. That's too much, man. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It would be a crap load, but that's sort of the deals that you'll look at when you're talking about a guy like Ketel Marte, who is on a 3-year contract for very cheap, right, with a 900 OPS. Like, this is a superstar. I understand that that's what it would take to get it done. Yeah. But you're right. Like,
that's a lot.
It hurts me to think about that going away.
That's a lot of shit going away.
Yes.
That's a lot. Like, I'd be okay with, like, Hoagland and Groshans and then, like, maybe something else or something. You know what I mean?
Biggio? What if we took out Kirk? You think you'd be okay with that? I'm fine with giving up Biggio, honestly, because it's like that spot is just like it's just like where we're just replacing that basically. It's just like we get in a better player.
After talking to Abba Edgar, shout out Abba Edgar. I'm living in fantasy land a little bit right now.
Right? Yeah, I live in fantasy land. What do you got?
His dad's a Hall of Famer.
Yes,
yes. Kevin Biggio, could you imagine? We trade this man. He goes to Arizona. This guy takes off. This guy becomes the face of Arizona, like his dad became the face of the Houston Astros.
Right.
And now, for the next 20 years, I guess 26 now, so for the next 15 years, he creates a Hall of Fame career. And I got to sit here with my 3 years of Ketel Marte, and we missed the playoffs. I don't know, we missed the World Series, and we didn't win. But there's Biggio, and they're building a nice team around him, and they're winning it.
I get that. But Ketel Marte, he's so good.
I'd probably put Kirk in that instead of Biggio.
Really?
Yeah, because we have Moreno like right there.
Yeah. I'm too
James
attached
Jansen.
to Kirk. I like.
I know you're a little bit. For me, it's like
But good question, Dylan. That was a good one. Yeah, it's like that's what I personally think. If we're gonna fill it with anything, my ideal guy is still Chris Taylor. The only thing we need to give up is money. He's a stud. He's not quite as good as Ketel Marte, but he can play everywhere. He's a utility guy. He is like, he could immediately become the heart and soul too of a team. I feel like he's got that that personality that you want on your ball club. And we saw what he can do in the postseason too.
Yeah.
When it was time to come clutch, Chris Taylor came clutch as hell, and he deserves every cent in the contract that he's going to get, man. I want me some Chris Taylor.
Dude, I've been saying I want to be some Chris Taylor. I think after, was it the wild card game? We missed the walk-off, though, but he hit because we went to bed, I think.
Lame.
And we were losers. But then we got to see, or we got to see afterwards. He walked it off, and then he hit it like a 3-home-run game.
Yes.
Right? The 3-home-run game.
Yes.
That was amazing.
That was
That's when I fell
dude.
in love with Chris Taylor.
That was incredible. Talking about some rumors, guys. Another rumor that's going on right now, the Cincinnati Reds with the trades, Louis Castillo. I feel like at this point, with the amount that it is being spoken of right now, Louis Castillo and, oh my God, Sonny Gray, they're probably gone. They're both probably leaving. Where do you think they're going to go, bro?
Anywhere. Like literally, like Angels have been talked about it. We've been talked about it.
Yeah.
Angels. Seattle needs some pitching. I mean, they did get Robbie Ray, but you lost Kikuchi, which we're actually going to be coming out with a podcast about that. We heard a rumor today about Kikuchi. But you know, maybe even Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah. Dude, Seattle, are they good now?
No, I think they're good.
How many games are they going to win?
If they go get like Sonny Gray or Lucas Steele, I think they'll get like another. I think they'll get close to 90 again.
You think so? Yeah. I was in my brain today. I was like, are they going to win over 85 games? And I was like,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna win over 85.
And look at their lineup. Like, go look up the Mariners lineup right now. Like, it's actually pretty good. And they traded for Adam Frazier.
Right.
They traded for Adam Frazier.
I forgot about that, guys. They traded for Adam Frazier.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Guys, are the Mariners going to win over 85 games? I'm saying yes. I'm locking it in right now. Mariners fan. Wow, we literally have a Mariners fan. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's like we just have to.
Spamming,
yeah, he's just spamming in here. But he's like, I think I saw him say Mariners are so good. And you know what, dude? I'm hopping on the train. I might be hopping on the Mariners train right now.
Where's you know what I'm talking about? The Roto Champ?
Yeah.
It's friggin' Bing, bro. Bing.
It's probably, dude. I
hate Bing. Bing is the dumbest search engine. There we go.
Give me this. Give me this Roto Champ.
Yeah. No, they have actually such a young core. They traded for Toro, who's pretty good.
Being weird. I don't know.
I think they overachieved last year, says Dylan, but they have they're solid this year. What would we give up for J-Ram? A lot, my dude. A lot. But yeah, but if you look at their lineup, they actually have like rocks. Like young, solid rocks. Like they have Kalenic. They have other guys too. I'm blanking on their names. I got to see them to like see if they're a forgettable team. Let's be honest.
Yes.
Sorry, Mariners fan. But you shouldn't be forgettable anymore, especially now that you have Robbie Ray and you're going to be trading for all these guys. They got a Frazier. They're a good team. They're a good team.
Yo, big shout out right now to our boy Jimmy Ballcap stopping in here.
What's up?
He says, "Yo, boys, M's 95 wins next year." That's the Robbie Ray effect right there, dude. You heard it there first from big guy Jimbo right there. If you haven't already, make sure to check out Ballcap Sports. By the way, some amazing content over there. He's a great dude as well.
Yeah, but they need another starting pitcher. That's for sure.
They do.
I'm gonna question them unless they make it a trade at the trade deadline, unless they acquire someone before the CBA, after CBA, whatever it might be. They need one more. They need one more.
Okay, I agree.
Joel's saying Matt Chapman Montez trade, and dude, that's another option because we're talking about Sonny Gray, we're talking about Louis Castillo. The Oakland Athletics are like, guys, like we're here to sell.
Literally, dude. The Oakland Athletics are like, hey, everybody, we got a garage sale going on right now. Anybody want our stuff?
They actually have good guys who actually have arbitration years still left.
Yes.
And yeah, like gimme Manea. Who was he saying? Who he said?
Dude, I just had a thought right there.
Yeah.
Matt Olson. I don't want this.
He's the first baseman.
I hate that I just thought this right now. Yeah. I was like, who was always talked about needing a first baseman last year? The Red Sox. That would make so much sense.
That'd be a good trade.
That would make so much sense, guys. Now, I understand that they have Dahlback over there.
Yeah, do they give Dahlback another year? Any Boston fans here?
But that would make so much sense. Dude, that would be dangerous. I don't want
scary.
that.
That'd be
I
scary.
don't want that.
Because you have JD, you got the core with JD, you
Yeah.
got Bogarts,
I
you
don't
got
need
Devers,
that.
and then you got Olsen, then you got Verdugo, Kiki's still there. Oh, God. No.
Yeah, no, I don't want any of that, man. Ball cap,
tired of
dude, we've
that.
been talking about it. We've been saying we're very happy that there is radio silence going on right now from those Red Sox, from those Yankees.
Yeah.
That is the best thing that I've seen so far come out of this what is seeming like a trade deadline, but basically just like free agency as a whole right now. So
Yeah. Question from Draco.
I love it. I love it.
He's saying, would you do J-Ram trade for Lourdes, Biggio, and Groshans? That's
man.
Okay.
Can you hit the sound effect again?
What?
The Lord? Guys, like, I don't know if I could ever not hear that again.
No, we got to hear that when we go live. You know?
It's like if we traded Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who are we going to pray to? We can't pray to the Lord anymore.
Well, think about it this way. Okay, if we traded J-Ram, let's look at what our team would look like. Okay, we would be missing a left fielder, so throw in Randall Grichuk for right now. Randall Grichuk's a starting left fielder now for us. And then Biggio, now we're missing a second baseman. Okay, but maybe you could slide Espinal over there, and then J-Ram would play third.
Okay.
And then you just be missing Groshans, and your next middle infield prospect coming up would be Elvis Martinez.
Can he play second base, do you think? Maybe?
I think he can, second and short.
You know, we could probably, I mean, you're versatile enough, you can probably do it.
Yeah, he's young enough, you can move him over.
Yeah, you know what, man? I mean, I get it. It probably makes the sense. That trade also hinges on the whole argument that Adam is making with Kevin Biggio. Like, if we believe that he's going to be a Hall of Famer, then you cannot trade him at all. If you think that he's going to be a bust, then yeah, I mean, like, get rid of the guy. My biggest problem with that is the Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Pray to the Lord, because he's my favorite player on the Toronto Blue Jays, and I do not want to give him up. But I also understand that Jose Ramirez is a generational talent.
But you're also getting, so you're saying you're only getting here, and this is the thing that I keep coming to with J-Ram. It's like I get it, you're getting 2 years of J-Ram, which is great. Like, those are going to be great 2 years. Great. Your offense is going to be popping off. But even if you miss playoff once or you don't make it far once, I mean, you saw that 2-year window with the Toronto Blue Jays 15 and 16. Like, and then it was over. It was over so fast. I'm here to stay here. I'm here for a good time and a long time.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So like,
we want the best of both worlds.
I want the best of both. So I want Lourdes. I want Biggio. I'm here for a long time, guys. So I don't know. I don't know. For me, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I'm so hesitant. Because I know it's going to cost that much.
Yeah.
But honestly, if I was Cleveland, I would probably go for someone like younger, because I want to rebuild. So I'd probably want Groshans at least, or Elvis Martinez, Hoagland, whatever prospects that we possibly
I would
offer
still
up.
like that trade for Cleveland too, though. I mean, because you get the potential of Biggio, who could be a Hall of Famer.
Right.
You get the Lord, who you could lock down on a long-term contract.
That's
He's
true,
still
yeah.
young too. And then you also get a guy who could potentially replace J-Ram in a few years, being
that's true.
Jordan Groshans.
That's true. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think?
I'm curious
what
to
are
know
people
what
saying?
you guys think as well.
Would you
folks.
do that? Would you do that?
I got a little bit of a rumor right now going on in Blue Jays community, and I know that we're going to do a podcast on this coming in the future, guys. But I do want to give a little bit of a preview for those who are there right now. The bringer of rain, bro. The bringer of rain.
Oh my God.
People are starting to get it in their minds that Josh Donaldson, the bringer of rain from 2015 and 2016.
Still the bringer of rain.
Still the bringer of rain. Yeah, rain still comes when he is up to the plate. That Josh Donaldson will be a suitable trade target for these Toronto Blue Jays, and that not only is it theoretically possible, but this is something that very likely could happen and should happen if the Blue Jays are listening to this right now. What are your thoughts on the fact of Josh Donaldson potentially coming back and reuniting with the Toronto Blue Jays?
I know we're making a podcast on it, so maybe should I spoil what I'm
we
gonna
can
say?
spoil it a little bit, you know.
Okay. You guys are here,
later,
so I can spoil it a little bit. But so he's got 3 years left, and he has that third year is a club option. So I like that. Okay, first of all. I believe it's 21, 21, 16 with an $8 million buyout in that third year. And look, dude's still an 800 OPS hitter plus. This guy's still good.
He's still good.
So this is what would have to happen for me, Mr. Adam. Mm-hmm. This is what would have to happen.
Run it, GM.
I would need, not this year. I'm not doing it this year, because then I'm really locked in. But let's say it's 2023.
Yeah.
Josh Donaldson's still doing well. he's hitting with an 800 OPS. But we look over at third base and Espinal's injured and there's no one really there. I'm playing like freaking Kevin Smith again. Like, dang it, he's still not developed. Okay, I'm down to make a trade. I'm down to make a trade for Donaldson. If the Minnesota Twins are sucking, because here's the thing. If he's still hitting 800 OPS, that's a freaking 800 OPS, guys. And then, if we don't want him, we can just buy him out. And he's gone.
Okay, well, here's my problem, though. I don't know, and I understand, like, maybe if we're still sucking over there at third base in a few years, that makes sense. But I think what people are saying is, like, right now, we need a third baseman. We know that Donaldson is still good defensively. He's still good over there. We know that he brings it right now. Why not go out and get him right now?
Injuries.
You're worried about the injuries.
Injuries. That's why I wouldn't do it this year, because then if he gets injured or he underperforms, like, now you're kind of screwed.
Right.
Like, now that's $21 million that you could have went and bought Chris Taylor with.
Yeah.
Or you could have went and bought some nice young guy who's being underrated. Not a guy who's at the end of his career who we just want to, like, throw back to, you know, bring a rain MVP 2015.
Right.
And I love Josh Donaldson, don't get me wrong, but for me, it would, like, I always ask myself, okay, what situation would make me want to have this deal? And it would have to be next year at the trade deadline, hitting over 800 OPS, because apparently his trade value right now currently is basically pennies.
I was gonna say, I can't imagine that he's worth that much. So
he's
it's like,
really cheap.
I don't think that, and that's part of the reason why I would actually be okay with it. Like, because he's not worth that much at all. Like, I think I'd be fine with us going out and getting him right now, just because it's not going to cost us that much. Yes, it's going to cost us money.
In money, it'd be money. Yeah.
But, you know, who knows? Maybe in the contract, we can get the Twins to cover like half of that.
That's the thing. It's like, if we can get them to cover half, and we're only paying, I'll pay the $11 million. I don't have to worry about splitting that $11 million, that extra million. I'll pay $11 million for Josh Donaldson hitting 800 OPS, and if he's injured, okay, it's fine. We got Espinal.
Yeah,
it's all good.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, screw it. Fuck it. Let's bring Josh Donaldson back, guys. I want to relive that. You know?
Shiva, I do too. And Shiva says bring Edwin back. I haven't heard about Edwin in like 2 years.
Wow, you know what, dude? Let's just bring them all back, bro. What's Jose Bautista doing?
Bring him on as a bench coach.
Oh yes, dude. I just want Jose Bautista specifically for the brawls.
Yeah, he gets into the fight.
Yeah. Just a few times. Like, this guy, we can just send him out there to, like, rile the other team up. They'll throw at us a few times. We'll kick them out, and then they'll be in the wrong, and we can fight them, man. And we'll love it. It'll be amazing.
Love it. Except Bautista, he was more of a talker, not a fighter. It was that Odor character.
Yes. And I'm happy that he's not on the Yankees anymore.
Oh, God, yeah. Goodbye.
Yo, okay, question for you now. Today, guys, more free agency news. This one fell under the radar a little bit, but the Pirates designated Colin Moran for assignment. If you're not familiar with who Colin Moran is, he is a 29-year-old third baseman and first baseman. He had a decent year last year, 258 batting average. Like 724 OPS. He was fine. But people are talking and thinking maybe this is a guy that the Blue Jays can pick up.
Yeah.
You know, what do you think?
Sure. Like, literally when I saw that was my literal reaction. It's like, okay. Like, I'm not gonna be upset if we don't. Like, oh my God, you didn't get Colin Moran.
Right.
Idiots.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, yes, Colin Moran, let's make a podcast. I'm gonna be like, oh, lit. All right, continue with my day.
Yeah.
Because it's insurance.
Yeah.
It's not like gonna blow me away. What was his best year?
His best year ever. Well, that was nothing. Yeah.
He had a 1.2 OPS, but it was like 7 games.
Yeah, his best year ever was in 2020. Again, shortened sample size, but I mean, he almost hit.
He's just
800 OPS.
He's just like an average third baseman.
Yeah, he's kind of an average third baseman.
He basically hits for average too, a little bit better than average.
And you know what? Honestly, in that case, when I'm looking at that, I'm like, no, I don't think I would want to pick up Colin Moran, because I think that Espinal has potential to be better than that. I think that Espinal has potential to be better than this.
I wouldn't pick him up to like play him. I'd pick him up to, for like a minor league kind of contract.
Yeah, like literally just pick him up. He sits on the bench, and you know what? He does first base too. So he could be
in for Vlad.
He's like the infield backup replacement. You know, we have a fourth outfielder. Maybe we need an infielder too.
Yeah, no, I'm down. Hey, actually, that's great. Let's get Colin Moran.
Yeah,
that's cute. It's a cute move. It's not like sexy.
No.
It's a cute move.
It's not sexy. It is a cute move. It's a cute move. Yeah, for real, guys.
Smart. Is he? And he's a lefty too. So are we saying lefty bat? Oh, perfect.
Okay.
You know what? This
Okay.
actually fits.
You know?
This actually fits.
Yeah. That could
this makes
fit a little
sense.
bit. That could make sense a little bit.
He's 29.
29. That could make sense. He's not going to get paid that much.
No.
Cheap, right?
No.
Screw
yeah. You know what? Yes. Yes. Go.
Yes.
Again, I still won't be upset if we don't get him. I'll probably forget about him if no one picks him up.
Right.
There's no offense, Colin Moran. But no, that'd be a good bench bat.
Also, I just heard from Chivas right now saying that Alex Cobb just signed.
Yeah.
So congratulations to Alex Cobb. We kind of knew that was happening, was going to happen. I don't know what the contract is here. It hasn't appeared yet, folks.
But wow, so now they have Alex Cobb, Desclafani, and Alex Wood.
Man, I was so disappointed when Desclafani left. I was so disappointed when Desclafani left.
Oh, like left the board?
Yeah. He was a guy that I had right on my radar. I thought that Desclafani was the dude to own at a discount. And when you see the contract that he's on right now, I'm like, who is your agent, man? They screwed up. They screwed up.
Because like remember when we were talking about Kevin Gausman and like how we offered him was it a 3-year $40 million deal?
Yeah.
Like that was a steal, and I feel like Desclafani could be that steal.
Yes.
Could be that kind of steal.
Yeah. No, I think that Desclafani is an elite sort of player that is not getting the respect that he deserves. Like that was a great signing back from those Giants, and I mean I would have loved to steal him if we could have, but obviously we didn't. So
we did it. We screwed up.
Yeah. Guys, if you're new here, please hit us with questions in the chat, and also hit the like and subscribe button. We got 231 of you in here right now. That is so awesome
also,
to freaking see.
I'm loving the Odor is hot garbage, says JW. We don't want / need him. You're talking about from Blue Jay perspective? Because I would no. That'd probably be the worst move ever.
Right.
Ever. Like, you want to piss off your entire fan base?
No. There's no way.
Hate
There's
this man.
no way that we're getting Ronette Odor.
No. Philly showing interest in Knievel. No!
Oh, damn.
No, I want Knievel.
I did want Knievel, guys. Let's take a look at Knievel's stats right now. I am a big fan of Knievel. I'm a big fan of Corey Knievel, guys. Corey Knievel, 30 years old. Once again, another Dodger. These guys, man.
They just have great players.
How did they not win last year, guys? Like
they were close.
They were very close. They were very close. Corey Knievel last year had a 2.45 ERA, 25.2 innings pitched. I mean, just like solid bullpen dude across the board.
25.2 innings pitched. Oh, was he hurt? Must have been hurt.
Must have been hurt for a little while, but like still like very solid, man.
Yeah.
And like good career numbers, 3.23. You kind of know what you're gonna get with this guy, and I am all in on Corey Knievel.
He's 30. I think his better days are ahead of him too.
Yeah.
I think he's better. I think he's just gonna get better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want him. God, I just want another reliever. I'm not going to feel fully comfortable until we get another reliever, and I want one better than Yimi Garcia.
Yeah,
I want one better than Yimi
too.
Garcia. Because Yimi Garcia is just okay. We just added another, Trevor Richards.
Yeah.
I like Trevor Richards, but I want another Jordan Romano.
Yes.
I want another Jordan Romano.
Yes, literally. And, we're always going to be in this battle with the Philadelphia Phillies because they're in the exact same position that we are right now, guys. They have like a good offense. They have some good starting pitching too. The bullpen is not good enough.
It's bad. And they lost Hector Norris. They lost him to the Astros.
How is it possible that they could
That
possibly
was their
get worse?
only guy.
Yeah.
But the Astros did pay him like a crap load of money.
It was a lot of money.
I looked at him and I think it was a bit of an overpay just because I honestly wasn't even thinking about Hector Norris at all as like a top guy, and he got paid like top guy dollar.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Also, I do want to just cycle back to Jessica right here. It says, what do you guys think of Max going to the Mets? And basically, we covered that in the earlier part of this, but our thoughts were basically like, yes, and yes. We love Max.
Great.
The contract makes sense for him. The Mets are the new evil empire almost. They're working their way there.
Not yet, no. They got to win some World Series to get there.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. The thing is, I don't want them to. I don't want them to because that's just going to validate this abhorrent spending. And I want some Max.
And that's how they become the evil empire. You just buy it.
You buy it,
own
and
it,
you keep winning.
And you keep winning. That's how you become the evil empire. And you know what? I'm really happy that the empire has been really quiet the last decade.
Yes, the empire has been
really
quiet. I got a question for you, man. Like we're only being on here for a few more minutes, folks. So if you have any questions, toss them in right now. Who do you think is going to be the next guy? We have just about 48 hours now from this point until the deadline before what's the supposed lockout. And if you're not familiar with what the lockout is, guys, please make sure to go check out our podcast talking with the implications of the upcoming lockdown if you want to hear about it and why it's happening and all that. But we have about 48 hours until that's going to go down. Who do you think is going to be the next big name off the board?
Oh, next big name?
Well, or next name in general, like whatever you classify as like a name.
I'll stick with big name, like top like 10, like that we had on our podcast. Probably, honestly, maybe like Trevor Story. Maybe Trevor Story.
You know what? I keep cycling back to that name as well, man. I keep cycling back to that name as well because it feels like the shortstops are going to start going now. Yeah. Especially because the Rangers lost their minds today and went after both of them. Yeah. So now any other team that's in on a shortstop, do you really want to be like going into this lockout thinking, oh, there's like 5 other vultures going for this one guy right now? You kind of want to get him right now and just like get this over with. You know?
It's either him or Correa, but Story seems easier to me. Like once he's gone, like I don't know, he seems easy. Obviously, he's cheaper, so it's easier to grab. But
Cobra makes a good comment. And actually, what do you think about Castellanos? Because there were some rumors.
He wanted like an 8-year deal?
Yes, I do want to cover this actually. Thank you so much for reminding me. So much stuff has gone on today, man. It's like it's hard to remember everything.
We gotta like jot it all down and then put it on our drive, like all the stuff that's coming up. There's so many question marks. But 8 years is a lot.
The thing freaking is with Nick Castellanos, and I have a hard time finding it right now.
7 or 8 year
But
deal.
they make an argument here and talking about how Nick Castellanos might be the best free agent bat available on the market. And the more I think about it...
I'd agree with it, yes, because he had like an odd per 900 OPS?
I'm pulling the stats up right now, but the more I think about it, I'm like, oh yeah, maybe he is the best bat on free agency. The last 3 years, man.
939.
Yeah, like the last 3 years, if this thing would work right now, which is not working. The last 3 years, he's had an 880 OPS, a 287 batting average, like a crap load of everything involved in all of that. And like, he's basically, now that Starling Marte's gone, he's like 2 or 3 tiers ahead of the next outfielder, in my opinion.
Oh, I mean, I thought like he was even better than Starling Marte.
100%.
Like I thought he was the outfielder to get. So yeah, what team would he go to?
That's true. What team do you guys think Nick Castellanos makes a lot of sense for? I know that the Phillies wanted another outfielder.
Oh yeah, we did say Philly. But can they pay for that?
That's the thing.
Though?
But 7 or 8 years, you're already investing so much in Bryce Harper.
Bullpen.
It's like the bullpen. Like I feel like you have other needs that you need to address. Like, do you really want to give an 8-year contract to another outfielder?
Yeah,
when that's not your problem, you know.
We gotta look at that. Honestly, maybe it's like a shithole team. Goes back to Detroit.
Goes back to.
Does it go back to Detroit?
Actually, the Detroit Tigers. Yeah. The Detroit Tigers makes a lot of sense. Jonah31 says, I really don't like Castellanos, and I'm curious to know why you don't like Castellanos. Yeah, I do like Castellanos. Anything sports gaming says White Sox, and you know what? I hear that, but I don't think the White Sox would do that just because of all of the young studs that they have. Like, they still have Garcia, and they still have Jimenez in the outfield. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know if you need to be investing in an 8-year guy like this.
You could, but like I don't think they will.
Right.
Like I don't know if they'd stretch, if that's like really their need, but yeah, I don't know. They just need to win.
Are the Brewers spending money this year, guys? Are the Milwaukee Brewers out here spending money?
They're not doing anything.
They're not doing anything at all. I'm very upset about it. They're like my second team, and I don't understand why they're not doing anything.
They just don't. I don't understand why they refuse to just get free agents.
Yes, it's like you have like you guys should be winning a World Series in the next 5 years.
Yeah, I agree.
If you go out and manage this team appropriately.
I agree. I did see one question here from Tara a while back. Who said, Blue Jays today, if we get another starting pitcher, then wouldn't Pearson and Hatch be bullpen arms? And exactly. But, however, I still am a firm believer that if we go and get, like, let's say Kikuchi. We get Kikuchi. I think there still has to be, he's probably going to be expected to be in the starting role. Right. But again, injuries happen, underperformances happen all the time, and Pearson would be right there. Mm-hmm. And Stripling would be right. I think Stripling is over Hatch. We experimented with the Hatch last year. Didn't go so well, so I don't know how much we're going to be experimenting in a year that we're trying to win. So, yeah, those would be next guys up. So I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Our number one prospect's a bullpen guy.
I also did just see right here, and I think this actually makes a lot of sense. Noah Haas saying Nick Castellanos, St. Louis Cardinals, we need more power. I always forget about those Cardinals in this mix, but that does make sense too, man. Like that makes sense, right? They're in a window. They need to go out. They need to get more guys. Nick Castellanos would be perfect for them. Also, a lot of people, dude, I want to finish with this. A lot of people are thinking that Clayton Kershaw now is going to be a future Texas Ranger. That he's going to go to his hometown team and he's going to be a Texas Ranger. What do you think the likelihood of that happening is? And if they did do that, are they an actual team that we need to start worrying about now? Would that plus Simeon and Corey Seager make them an actual ball club?
I would think it'd make them a pretty mediocre ball club because I'm a firm believer that you can't buy the team. I mean, we saw them last year. Who are you putting those guys around? Nobody. Nobody's in the bullpen. Nobody's in the starting rotation. Nobody's in the lineup. You add 3 somebodies and a guy like John Gray who might be somebody if you did some good work on him. Okay, now maybe you have 4 somebodies. That's it. Blue Jays have a lot of somebodies. We had a full lineup of somebodies. Now we have a rotation of all somebodies. And then our bullpen, we have to add somebodies. Mm-hmm. They don't have the luxury. All we have to do is add somebodies. We just have to add a few somebodies in the bullpen, and we'll be right there and going for the playoffs. It takes a lot more than that to get a World Series.
Anytime you'd play the Texas Rangers, you'd basically be playing Kershaw, Seager, and Simeon.
Yeah, and then well, every 4 of the 5 days, you're not even facing Kershaw.
No.
So, you know, and then literally, if you get through Seager and Simeon, it's like, all right, we're good.
Yes.
We're good now.
We're good. Literally.
They had Joey Gallo and Garcia who were inconsistent as heck, and after you got through those guys, all right, we're good. Mm-hmm. No offense, Texas Rangers fans who are listening, but prove me wrong, please. That's why I'm here, to be proved wrong too, to hate me. You can hate me, and you could come back on our videos and be like, screw you, Adam. I'm going to prove you right, and you can. That's the luxury of YouTube.
Wow, that is the luxury of YouTube, folks.
But guys, that's everything that we have to talk about. We were going to go live for an hour. Sadly, not many deals broke, just the one about Alex Cobb. But
I was hoping that
congratulations.
something insane happened here while we were on this. Yeah. Sadly, it didn't, but don't worry, guys. We're going to be going live again probably this Wednesday night, doing this whole shebang once more, and I imagine that it's going to be even crazier come then, and we'll probably have a whole other array of things to talk about. But thank you so much for tuning in to listening to us. If you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button. We would appreciate it so much. We love this whole community that we're building. I know that the Blue Jays are going to make some more deals. Hit that subscribe button if you want to make that happen. And make your team do it as well.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching today.
And go!